So, what's the deal with the Black Plague? Am I right? I mean, people were just dying left and right. What was going on with that whole thing? You know? I mean, with this crowd, it looks like they really did bring out the dead. Yeah, I totally bombed. The Black Plague was a disease caused by the Yersinia pestis bacterium, spread by fleas, which were carried by rats, and it was brought to England in the 1300s. The plague is also called the bubonic plague because one of its major symptoms is swollen lymph nodes, which are also called buboes. This results in large lumps on the skin, which also ooze pus, making it fairly easy to recognize in its latter stages. What now? Okay, get out! Out! I should probably go get that checked out.
Is he infected?
Everybody back!
Get away!
Okay, apparently I have the Black Plague now, and I'm a major medical risk. And if I leave this room, I get set on fire. Anyway, the good news is, I have an escape method. It's time to do this silently. But they don't even know I'm in the building. Anyway, now that we're done talking about the Black Plague, we can talk about my favorite part. The Plague Doctors.
Hey, who are you? And did you just come out of that vent?
No, definitely not. No, why would I have come out of that? And, can I film myself talking about creepy bird people in your house? Great, filming starts tomorrow. So, the plague was a major problem, so much so that the practice of quarantine was invented around the time of the plague's first outbreak, and so people in charge of fighting the plague were needed. Out of this need rose the plague doctor. Plague doctors performed a variety of tasks, and while some were actual doctors and did what they could to care for the sick, many weren't doctors and actually didn't treat the sick, but performed other duties such as removing the dead and keeping track of their numbers, and many of them performed autopsies and managed wills. In order to examine the infected without direct contact, many plague doctors carried wooden canes, which, since many infected people thought of the plague as a punishment from God, were sometimes used to hit them at their own request in order to repent for their sins. Many plague doctors also offered various homemade cures, some of which they genuinely believed worked, and some of which were just made to scam the wealthy.
Is that how you paid for your film equipment?
Shut up! Now, the most noteworthy thing about the plague doctors was their costume, the most popular version of which was invented in the 1600s. The costume featured a long-beaked bird mask, which was filled with various herbs and candies. The reason for this was that the plague was believed to be transmitted by smell, and so by blocking the smell with more pleasant-smelling things, the mask was supposed to protect against the plague. Speaking of protecting against the plague... Good morning, Renaissance-era Europe. Now, here with me today on the Black Plague today is our good friend Mr. Fleet. Now, Mr. Fleet... Well, Jimmy Bob Jeffrey James Jr. Earlheimer III, there has been much confusion on what started the plague, and we would like your take on it. Well, there you have it, folks. He wasn't the cause, and that's all the convincing I needed. See you next week. Stop the music! Millions of people died. We can't be playing music that upbeat about. Stop it! Oh my god! Someone cut the music! Thank you.